This is Carolina AM.
Welcome back to Carolina AM. As Audra had mentioned during the opening block, Chef Jamie of Johnny D's is in the studio today, and we always get excited that you're here, but let me tell you, cilantro is permeating the studio. That's the first thing I smelled when you came in. I didn't even know what you were making, but I thought, well, maybe it's going to be something Mexican.
Yep, we are making steak carnita tacos today, and it's one of my favorites, and it's really easy to make at home, I feel like, and I feel like it could, I mean, it makes about 8 tacos, and I eat 4, so I guess it would feed 2 people.
Then I'm the other people.
So you
okay?
can just double it
all
and feed more people,
all
okay?
right.
But it's easy when you get started. The first thing you have to do is marinate your steak. So this is a flat iron steak, and in the recipe I have like a hanger steak or like anything you can slice really thin.
What is now, listen, you fixed this before, and yours always comes out tender. I fix something like this, it's not going to have the same deal. So what is your trick to preparing the steak?
Well, sometimes I cook the steaks in like a sous vide, which that's a whole different story, but these I did cook on the grill. But I think a lot of people, they're nervous to leave the steaks out. You know, we hear like everything needs to be refrigerated, but I always leave the steaks room temperature for at least 45 minutes, you know, before I put them on the grill, because I feel like they're more tender that way.
Okay.
So that's one big thing that I always do. So these, I put them in orange juice, some cilantro, some avocado oil, or you can use like olive oil.
Orange juice. Now that's something altogether new. I have never heard of marinating in orange juice.
Yeah, I love because it adds a little sweetness and it adds really nice flavor. Because especially if you love OJ, like I'll slice you off a piece here.
Please do that.
But I put some salt, some pepper, the lime, a lot of lime juice, the cilantro, the garlic, and I just let it sit for like 2-3 hours, and then I take them out of there and let them rest for at room temperature before I put them on the grill.
Incredibly tender. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I'll slice them nice and thin.
Thank you.
But so we pair it with, I paired the steak with, and I just cooked the steak right on the grill then, a hot grill outside.
Man, is that tender.
And just cook it until your desired temperature. I like medium rare to medium, it just depending. And then just let them rest a little bit before you slice them. But in the meantime, while the steaks are marinating or they're on the grill, you can put together your little salsa here, which is, I cut some fresh corn off the husk, some red peppers, a little bit of jalapenos, cilantro, and red onion. And I'm also going to put some seasoning in there. So some salt, pepper.
Is this your seasoning?
That is my seasoning right here.
We want to let the viewers know about that too.
Yeah, the sweet and spicy, but on the recipe I did it so you didn't have to have this at home. If you have this at home, just use this and minus out all the other seasonings in there.
Okay.
But if otherwise you can just follow the recipe and I put some seasonings in there to put it. So it's really easy to make, and obviously we're gonna add our cilantro and lots of lime juice. So we want this to sit. You probably want to make this before you cook the steaks because you do want the lime juice to get into all those the veggies.
That looked like one of Audra's Maypops yesterday. You don't want to put that in there. That's not going to be good.
So
nice fresh lime.
Yep, that's it. And that's ready to go. And then you mix that
mingle.
up. Let it mingle. Let that lime juice permeate into all those veggies.
Yes.
And you already have the seasoning in there, and the lime juice helps release all the flavor in that seasoning too.
This is really it really is a simple receipe, and it's really nice and light and fresh, refreshing. But when it comes to guac, you got to make your own. It's got to be homemade.
You know what? I'm going to tell you. Sometimes I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little lazy to make guacamole at home. What? So I make a smashed avocado instead. I know it's not the same, but it's just easy. It's easy. So
you were in here.
Yeah. So
preparing that this morning.
Yep. So I had used 2 small avocados, some salt and pepper, and then I'm just going to put a lot of lime juice. And I make this a lot even for avocado toast, and I'll just put lemon juice in instead, and just. So
okay.
it's
The question
easy.
for Chef Jamie: does Chef Jamie like the smooth guac, or do you like the chunky guac?
I need some chunks.
I like the chunks.
I like some chunks. So it works out well because I don't have to mash it that long.
Okay. Come on.
So.
Well, all the truths are coming out this morning on Carolina AM.
But sometimes, let's be realistic. After you get home from work, it doesn't matter what you do. You don't want to cook all these fancy recipes when you got kids screaming at you. My son at 4:30, he is watching every move that I make, and if it's not in the kitchen, he's staring me down because it's feeding time.
That's a good kid.
I'm telling you what.
He's a growing boy, Jamie.
No, he is.
And I still am too. So let's snap and make this. Let's get this.
So
going.
we're gonna get these. I heat this pan up. We're gonna heat both sides a little bit just to bring some warmth to the tortillas.
So you're using a corn tortilla, and these are called the street tacos.
Yeah, they're little tiny ones.
Yeah.
They're meant to be carried around. So we're gonna put a little bit of this smashed guacamole in the middle.
Do that.
Smashed avocado, I should say.
Sure. Yes.
And then we're going to add some slices of steak, and you can be as generous as you want here.
Well, just be generous if you will, please.
So, and that's why I have 4 of them, because they're so cute and little. I feel like, I could probably eat about 6, but I don't.
Yeah, these really are like snackatizers,
Yeah.
really.
So that's why you have to eat. I'm going to load this one up a little bit.
Yeah, I think
And
you
we're going to
should.
put our salsa.
Okay. Oh man, does that look good? And I'm still smelling the cilantro, so we're going to dress it with some
Yep,
of that.
and then we're going to put a little feta cheese on
Sure,
both
why
because
not?
I like
We gotta
that
add some
crumbled cheese.
Yes.
And then a little bit of cilantro. And then I always like to finish everything with black pepper because well, that's it. So I mean, the smashed avocado is what gives gives that creaminess they like to replace any sauce. So, and I feel like it's a super healthy recipe too.
It's gorgeous. I won't take a bite of that until we take a picture for Instagram because it is Insta-worthy, is it not?
I'm
That's
gonna make more because
beautiful
I'm
color.
hungry.
So this recipe will yield how many tacos?
It makes about 8.
8 tacos. Really inexpensive. You're going to feed a lot of folks, and it's really quick and easy.
Or just feed me.
That's
Because
a
I
good
could
point.
probably eat all 8.
Or at
to
least
be
you and
honest.
me. All right. Hey, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Jamie.
having me.
Good to have you back.